YouTube. We are back again.
All right, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
This is Eve.
Hey, what's going on?
We are here for another George Carlin.
As she will say, but as anybody that follows know, I'm calling him Captain George. Go ahead.
Yeah, you did say that.
That's the captain.
Okay,
right
Captain
there,
George.
boy.
No, that's your thing. All right, George Carlin, and this is, I guess, someone commented in our comments, asked us to listen to this one. Germ immune system.
Germ immune system.
Yep. So
okay.
here we are.
All right.
Thanks for listening, giving your comments, and telling us where to go.
That's right. Appreciate it.
Before we get started with this, you got anything to say? Anything?
I mean, we would love for you to go ahead, put that little thumb that's up, hit that little button, boop, real quick, and give us that like.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to get some other stuff later on.
A way of reducing your liberty and reminding you that they can fuck with you anytime they want. As long as you put up with it. As long as you put up with it. Which means, of course, anytime they want. Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing. Germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from in this country? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, Salmonella, E. coli.
I just want to say something. I'm sorry. I don't know when this came out. We always talk about George.
Hey,
and
it had to be at least 12 years from now, which is 2020, and we're in the midst of a pandemic. Hey, that's why I call him the captain, man. I mean, it's.
Oh,
I mean, he probably really, man. He could probably put a bunch of things and resell this. Man, this dude, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's get back to that song.
Hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily. So now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true. Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies? You can't even get a decent hamburger anymore. They cook the shit out of everything now because everybody's afraid of food poisoning. Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Take a fucking chance, will you? You know how many people die in this country from food poisoning every year? 9,000. That's all. It's a minor risk. Take a fucking chance, bunch of goddamn pussies. Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on. So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared. And never mind ordinary germs. What are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit?
Okay, I just got to say, point he's making is exactly what a particular doctor, because we're in the pandemic, going through this, a doctor said the exact same thing. He said if you sit inside your house when they quarantined everybody, everybody's put on these masks, and then when everybody goes back out, your immune system's going to be down. You're not going to be able to fight anything.
Right.
Hit it, George. Hit it, George.
I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it because you're fucking weak and you got a fucking weak immune system. Let me tell you a true story about immunization, okay? When I was a little boy in New York City in the 1940s, we swam in the Hudson River, and it was filled with raw sewage, okay?
Yes.
We swam in raw sewage, you know, to cool off. And at that time, time, the big fear was polio. Thousands of kids died from polio every year. But you know something? In my neighborhood, no one ever got polio. No one ever. You know why? Because we swam in raw sewage. It strengthened our immune systems. The polio never had a prayer. We were tempered in raw shit. So personally, I never take any special precautions against germs. I don't shy away from people who sneeze and cough. I don't wipe off the telephone. I don't cover the toilet seat. And if I drop food on the floor, I pick it up and eat it. I eat it.
10 seconds.
Even if I'm at a sidewalk cafe in Calcutta, the poor section, on New Year's morning during a soccer riot. And you know something? In spite of all that so-called risky behavior, I never get infections. I don't get them. I don't get colds. I don't get flu. I don't get headaches. I don't get upset stomachs. And you know why? Because I got a good, strong immune system, and it gets a lot of practice. My immune system is equipped with the biological equivalent of fully automatic military assault rifles with night vision and laser scopes. And we have recently acquired phosphorus grenades, cluster bombs, and anti-personnel fragmentation mines. So, when my white blood cells are on patrol reconnoitering my bloodstream, seeking out strangers and other undesirables, if they see any suspicious-looking germs of any kind, they don't fuck around. They whip out the weapons, they wax the motherfucker, and deposit the unlucky fellow directly into my colon. Into my colon. There's no nonsense. There's no Miranda warning. There's none of that 3 strikes and you're out shit. First defense, bam! Into the colon you go. And speaking of my colon, I want you to know I don't automatically wash my hands every time I go to the bathroom, okay? Can you deal with that? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know when I wash my hands? When I shit on them. That's the only time. And you know how often that happens? Tops, 2-3 times a week. Tops. Maybe a little more frequently over the holidays, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you something else, my well-scrubbed friends. You don't always need a shower every day. Did you know that? It's overkill. Unless you work out or work outdoors, or for some reason come in intimate contact with huge amounts of filth and garbage every day, you don't always need a shower. All you really need to do is to wash the 4 key areas. Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Got that? Crotch and teeth.
Yeah, really.
In fact, you can save yourself a whole lot of time if you simply use the same brush on all 4 areas.
Oh my goodness.
It's just one more way.
George. I'm glad whoever commented tell us to watch this.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Oh my word, he is so right. And it's so to date.
I know, because really, if you get things, if someone did some, like years ago, they did a lot of maybe Vietnam stuff, you know, back in the 80s and stuff. But if you did those jokes now, it's really got to be funny for you to laugh. But everything he says is, I mean, almost any year, you know. And I was kind of joking, but I really kind of serious about being the captain, because I can actually see him the captain. I don't know if you ever watched Deadliest Catch. I can see him doing one of them crab boats.
Yeah,
I can see him, and I can see him telling somebody walk the plank. Hey, he's that kind of dude. But yeah. I mean, all this stuff is relevant. And I talking about his bit. See, I look at some of the newer comics, and I think what they do is they just write timely, funny things. It's like, okay, that's funny, so joke. Where he does a lot of setup, where, you know, it's not a joke. He may say 3 or 4 sentences before he gets to the punchline. He has the work. I mean, it's not like I just say something funny. He really puts some work into it. I could tell he has the practice routine, get it down or whatever. So that's what I really appreciate about his comedy, that it's not just, you know, oh, I'm up, and he just runs out there and say a bunch of jokes. So I do like that. I like the setup, because plus he has a talent that a lot of some comedians have, where sometimes you know what he's gonna say, but it's how he says it makes it funny too. So that's another good thing about Captain.
Yeah.
But you got anything?
Okay.
Oh yeah. But anyways, we appreciate you checking it out. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and one more thing, if you can do for me, I should have said at the beginning. We're gonna put a link. We did try this before. We messed up a little bit. I'm gonna take the blame for that. But if you all can go down to the link, there's a link on a movie that we did a reaction to. I just want to see what your reaction to it. It was early on in our, so we didn't have a lot of people look at it or see it. And so if you could just go on to that link and hit that link and check that reaction out to that movie. I'm really interested and curious of what you thought about that. So with that, I think that's it.
Thanks for listening to Sunshine and E.